Thank you all for joining me today, and I'm looking forward to sharing this information with you. We're going to talk about what profit share means at Keller Williams. It's actually one of the cool parts about being with our company is the opportunity to be a part of profit share. And just to share a little personal information, profit share gets put into your bank account on the 21st of every month. And so today's the 22nd. So I went into my bank account today to check profit share for the month, and $1,500 was in my bank account, which was a really nice amount of money to see show up in my bank account today. So just a personal story on that to share with you that it actually is a real thing and it does happen. So, and then to share with you a little bit more, I think all of you guys know I've been in real estate now for 21 years. Well, over 20, right around 21. My youngest daughter is 21 years old. And I was holding her in my arms when I was studying for my real estate exam. So I always know how long I've been in real estate because of her age. And she'll be 22 in a month. And so I've been in real estate for that long. And I've been with Keller Williams for 8 years. And I've been a team leader now for almost 5. It'll be 5 next month. And as most of you all know, I started my real estate career, my entire selling career has all been in Santa Cruz. And with Keller Williams, I started in the Santa Cruz office. And I was a full-time agent there starting 8 years ago. And then I also became the productivity coach in the Santa Cruz office. And I was the productivity coach working with all the new agents for the first 3 years. And then that turned into opportunities for me to become a team leader here in the Bay Area, which has been now almost 5 years. And when so after I left that office and I became a team leader, I was in a training with my team leader from Santa Cruz. We were in a training together. It was either at Family Reunion or Mega Camp, one of our national conventions or international conventions. And we were talking about teaching profit share, and we were talking about it. And we were sitting at a round table, and we were all brainstorming how to do it. And my team leader from Santa Cruz pointed at me and said, she's never brought an agent to my office and never recruited anybody. And I thought about it afterwards. First of all, I felt really bad that I hadn't recruited anyone for her. And then I thought about it afterwards as a team leader. I thought, well, why haven't I done that? What happened? You know, I care about the Santa Cruz office. I care about my team leader. I love Keller Williams. So why hadn't I recruited anybody to the Santa Cruz office? And I really thought that through and realized that, frankly, no one had ever taught me how to do it. Typically, if you come from a giving heart, which all of you guys know me, you know I have a giving heart, I would absolutely love to help the Santa Cruz office grow, but maybe I hadn't been taught the right way to do it. Does that make sense? A little bit of participation would help me, you guys, because you guys are all off camera, but does that make sense? Like, of course I would help if I knew how to do it correctly. Thank you, Melanie. So that's what I like to focus on when I talk to you about this topic of profit share. And frankly, I want to start off by saying, I'm not asking you to recruit for our office. That's my job. That's what I get hired to do. That's what the team leader's #1 responsibility is to recruit for the office. So when I use that word in my story, I kind of used it on purpose to start with and say, I'm not asking you all to recruit for our office. I'm asking you to help build relationships with agents outside of our office from other companies, because real estate is a relationship business, right? That's what we do. We're in the business of building relationships every single day. And by the way, your repeat customers are other real estate agents. It's very rare that you're going to have the same client, buyer seller client, over and over and over again, but it's not so rare that you're going to work with the same real estate agent. So you're going to get to know people, you're going to get to know real estate agents, and you're going to get to know the ones you love and the ones that you don't like so much. And I'm just asking you to build relationships with mostly the ones you love, you enjoy working with, and you're thinking in your mind, oh my gosh, I wish they were at our office. They'd be a great agent in our office. I really loved working with them. So let's talk about that today. So I'm gonna share my screen with you because I do have a formal presentation that we're gonna go over to talk to you about what profit share is. Something very special to Keller Williams. And so let me do this from, oops, that's not even the beginning. Yeah, grow your profit share tree. So let me get this into slideshow mode for all of you. Okay, can I get a thumbs up that you guys can see this? Can you see my presentation? Or somebody tell me yes. Okay, thank you, Abigail.
Yes.
Okay, thank you, thank you. So let's talk about growing your profit share tree and what that means at Keller Williams. So we're going to talk about what profit share is, how it works, how you build a tree, that's what we call it, and how to make a plan for that. And I'm going to start off with this video that I think is a really helpful video as a history introduction to Keller Williams. It's just a few minutes long. And believe it or not, that's Gary Keller back in the day. So you're gonna see him in this video change and get a little older. So let's start out, let me share it, make sure I'm sharing my sound with you guys. Okay, here we go. Share my sound. Okay, and Abigail, give me a thumbs up again to make sure everybody can hear it when I start it.
Their needs.
Oh, hold on.
We are simple. Hi, I'm Gary Keller, and I'm here to share with you the history of our company, Keller Williams Realty. Keller Williams is unique. We put our agents first and work tirelessly to identify and meet their needs. We are simply one of the most innovative and successful real estate companies on the planet. Keller Williams was a grand experiment in my life, and the origins of this company have their roots in my early experiences in the real estate business. On the advice of my dad, I got a degree in marketing and real estate with a specialization, particularly in real estate and insurance, from Baylor University. In 1979, I graduated and came to Austin, Texas, and got into the real estate business. I eventually went into management, and because I loved teaching and helping people and achieve their business and life goals, I decided to make a career of leadership and management training. By the time I was 26, I was the vice president of expansion at Austin's largest real estate company at that time. And then I quit. The vision of the company I was with was that their agents worked for the company. And I'd constantly tell the owner at that time that I believed the company worked for the agent. If they just focused on building the agents and treating them right, then they would build the company bigger than they ever dreamed.
Companies are nothing more than people. People create everything inside an organization and outside. And what's going to make us better in the long term is the way that our people think. Our goal is to tap the way people think, take advantage of that thought process and put it to use for everybody.
So in 1983, the experiment began. I left where I was and I partnered with Joe Williams, great guy, and we started Keller Williams Realty with just a handful of agents and some folding tables and chairs. By the end of the first year, we had netted over $100,000 and put it in the bank. In 2 years, we grew to over 70 associates and had become Austin's largest single office real estate company and number 10 in the market overall. Then the market fell out. It was 1986. We shrunk from over 70 associates to below 40 associates, and although we were still profitable, a new competitor moved to town and 5 of my top 10 associates, plus my entire administrative staff, walked out the door. To meet the new challenges in the market and stand up to my competition, I knew I had to reinvent Keller Williams. True to my beliefs, I started with agents. Gathering my top 13 associates, I asked this question.
How can we run the company in such a way that you achieve everything that you want, and at the same time, we achieve everything we want?
And here's what we came up with. The best possible commission structure we could think of, to be treating the agents like business partners, to profit share with access to the financial information, formalized input into how the business should be run through an agent leadership council, and supportive management who consults and promotes teamwork, the highest level of training we could think of. And we implemented these ideas in less than 2 years. Our company became number 1 in our market. Positive, never to be relinquished yet. Putting agents first was obviously a successful model. So we took it even further by devising a plan to organize top agents into a series of agent leadership councils, formally at the local, city, regional, and international levels.
Most people think we're crazy when we share with them that we've actually turned the entire company's decision-making process over to our associates in tandem with our managers. But we have. The Agent Leadership Council, the ALC, was set up so that our salespeople could directly impact most of the decisions and all of the decisions that impact them.
Now, this revolutionary step gave Keller Williams tremendous credibility and was the catalyst for more actions aimed at putting agents in the driver's seat. Our open books policy, standardized accounting procedures, and published results. The result was growth. We began franchising in 1991 and expanded to Canada in 1998. By working one-on-one with masterminding with hundreds of top agents from across the country, we created a set of models that became the foundation of my first book, The Millionaire Real Estate Agent, which I published in 2004. The book hit a nerve, found an audience. There were like-minded agents all over North America who found the answers they'd been looking for in that book. In the second half of the decade, as the crazy run-up in real estate prices started to backfire, Keller Williams Realty and our associates were uniquely positioned to seize the shift as an opportunity for growth. You see, Keller Williams Realty got its start during a rotten real estate market, and the hard-fought lessons that we learned during those years have really stayed with us. So we published Shift, which was a follow-up to The Millionaire Real Estate Agent. In it, we set forth a 12-point action plan for how top agents tackle really tough times. Shift became a national New York Times bestseller as our company and our agents took it up a notch, outpacing the market and proving that the market doesn't dictate whether or not we succeed. It only tells us how we're going to succeed. We launched a luxury homes division, which extended our reach into that segment of the market. We created Keller Williams Commercial, which is now the fastest growing commercial real estate company in North America. Pursuing our dream to bring the Keller Williams opportunity to the world, we opened Keller Williams Worldwide and have laid the groundwork for overseas expansion. Ensuring that our associates have what it takes to serve their clients and run their businesses with technological tools that are unmatched in the industry, we responded to the insights of the most tech-savvy associates among us and developed eEdge, one paperless loop for lead management, contact management, marketing, and transaction management. We're not a company that sits still, and it's all because Keller Williams Realty is in the hands of smart, determined, forward-thinking agents such as you. We're here to serve you, and we're very proud to be in business with you. And we're so glad you've decided to join us on this unbelievable ride.
Okay, you're going to see that says 2011. So the eEdge thing, we haven't used that for years. We have KW Command and all our new technology. I keep waiting for them to add an update to it for what's happened in the last 10 years. But they haven't done that yet. It's still a really good video that shares the history of the company and shares how profit share has been a really important part of our company since the beginning. So why profit share? Because we truly believe that together, TEAM, together everyone achieves more. And because profit share is a win-win. So there is no financial risk to profit share, there's no legal risk, and there's no down payment. And I'm going to explain to you how that works. But it's completely, entirely, and wholly absolute passive income. Now, would you guys all agree that one of the things that you're doing in life is working to create different streams of income to grow your wealth? We always talk about wealth building and growing and having wealth building. We're focusing on different streams of income. Anyone who's taken a wealth building course or read books on it, what's the minimum amount of streams of income that are usually recommended when you're building wealth, when you're focusing on wealth building?
5.
5. Did you say 5, Deepak?
Yes.
5, right. Minimally 5 streams of income. I actually lately have heard 7. So I usually go with 5 as well. And so when you think about your real estate business, one of your streams of income is your real estate business. It's the buyers and sellers that you work with to help them buy properties, and then you earn commission checks. So that's one stream of income. Then, as Deepak knows, by the way, everybody say hello to Deepak. He's a brand new agent in our office. As he knows, as you start learning the market and seeing the good buys that are out there, Allie has done this as well, you start investing in real estate. And so then investing becomes your second stream of income. You're in the business, you're a real estate agent, you're seeing good purchases out there, and you start investing in real estate. So your clients are one stream of income, investments becomes a second stream of income. A third stream of income that you have access to with your real estate license is you can collect referral fees. You can pass referrals back and forth to different parts of the state or to out of state, back and forth to agents from other states. And you can receive referral income with your real estate license as well. So that becomes a third stream of income. And then a fourth stream of income with Keller Williams is you can participate in profit share. So that's what we're talking about today. And we're gonna move forward and talk about that more. So one more quick video that shares to you how simple and how completely, entirely, and wholly profit share is passive income. So we're gonna watch this, just a couple minutes.
We refer to profit share and growth share as passive income because once a productive agent names you as a sponsor, if they're in any profitable market center in the United States or Canada, you can receive a portion of that profit. Or if they are in any other country, you can receive a portion of the ongoing franchise royalties, which is automatically deposited into your account. You can sit on the beach and receive growth share and profit share. Now that's passive income. It sounds like fun, and it is fun, but there's a smart business principle behind it. Gary Keller explains that the systems are programs that allow associates to build a business inside a real estate company that is as powerful as if they owned the company themselves. This means that if you are a part of a market center's growth trajectory, you can be rewarded off of the success of the company. However, unlike owners, you don't need to invest any capital. Your opportunity is entirely passive. You have no financial risk, no legal risk, and no down payment. Why would a company do this? Because when someone names you as their sponsor, you've helped the company grow. And profit share and growth share are Keller Williams' way of thanking you. It's a win-win. And win-win is an integral business building block in our Keller Williams Realty system. The exchange of work for income is expected. Passive income has a different formula. Rather than exchanging labor for income, you rely on your vision. You think long-term. Plant a seed today, give the other agent in one of your transactions a shift or an MREA book. And they may or may not join Keller Williams and name you as their sponsor tomorrow. But in time, the seeds you plant can grow into a profit share and growth share tree that provides you and your family with new opportunities and security. The opportunity is unlimited and the potential immense. Associates who have made the decision to participate in the program have seen their lives changed forever. Profit share and growth share enabled them to send their children to college, pay for medical bills, support their communities, provide financial relief to others in need, to travel. Simply put, to live their lives the way they want to. And depending on the laws in your country, growth share and profit share can be willed to a beneficiary. This opportunity isn't for other people, it's for you and your family. You have the opportunity to collect passive income. It's a win-win.
All right, so a quick video that goes over it. Now we're going to get a little deeper into it. So what is passive income? Money that you receive without doing anything actively to earn it. And I already talked about the 4 different streams of income that you have access to by being a Keller Williams agent. You have 3 streams of income that we already talked about, and then we add the 4th one as a KW agent, which is profit share. So the simple economics of profit, this is how I like to explain it. Okay, so as you guys already know, every real estate office stays open because it earns money off of its agents from the split, okay? You always keep your portion of the money on the split, but there's a portion of your split that goes to the office to help pay its bills. Now, every single Keller Williams office is owned by a group of owners. We call that the ownership group or the investor group. In the Keller Williams system, that ownership group or investor group in every single Keller Williams office in the US, I'm just talking about US and Canada right now, shares back approximately 48% of the profits every single month with those agents who have helped grow the company. So the simple economics of it is, you're in a real estate transaction, you close a transaction, you keep your percentage of the commission split, and the percentage of your commission split that goes to the office, it comes into the office, and we pay our bills with that amount of money. So you bring money in, you pay your bills, and what's left over is profit. Does that make sense? The same in your household. You bring money in, you pay your bills, what's left over is profit. And that's how it works in our office as well. Agents bring money in from their split to our office. We pay our bills with that money, and what's left over is profit. Well, that's the owner's profit because they're the ones who own the office. And in the Keller Williams system, the owners share back 48% of those profits every month with those agents who have helped grow the office. So the way it works is when you join a Keller Williams office, we ask you to name the person who's most responsible for bringing you to us. Okay, doesn't have to be an agent in this office. It just needs to be somebody in the Keller Williams system. So you could have a cousin who works for Keller Williams in Florida, and that cousin said to you, Keller Williams is the most amazing company. They've really helped me grow. When you're joining an office, you need to join a Keller Williams office. And you join our office, you can name that cousin as the reason you joined. Whoever it is, it's the reason that you decided Keller Williams was the right fit is who we ask you to join. Then when you close a transaction, okay, and you're on a split and you're paying your portion of the split that goes to the office is what we call the company dollar. When you're paying that and our office is profitable that month, then on the 21st of the month, the owners have shared 48% of that profit, of which you will receive your portion of it, and it's automatically deposited into your account. After 7 years and a day, you're fully vested. So even if you left the company, if you've brought people to us, people are closing transactions, and you're earning profit share from the profit off of those transactions, even if you left the company, you would still receive that profit share money after 7 years and a day. You can also will your profit share earnings to a beneficiary, which is part of your onboarding paperwork that Stacy has you fill out. You fill out that beneficiary information. Does that make sense so far in terms of keeping it very simple? Anybody have any questions? Okay, so moving on, let's just break it down and do a little bit of math on it. Okay, so let's say that we had total gross commissions earned in our office in 1 month of $700,000. And let's say the split was 70% to the agents in the office, and 30% to the company. In this example, it's going off of a 70-30 split. So the total gross commissions earned in the office for the month was $700,000. The 70% that goes to the agent is $500,000. And the 30% that comes to the company in company dollars so that we can pay our bills would be $200,000. That's how it works, okay? So from that monthly income into the company of $200,000, let's say we had $100,000 in expenses. So we pay our expenses off because we run a smart business at Keller Williams. We always pay our expenses off first. Once you've paid your expenses, then you get your profit. So $200 came into our office off the split. We paid our $100,000 of expenses, which means we have $100,000 in profit. Now remember, that's the owner's profit, right? Because they're the ones who own the office. So who gets that portion? Well, the owners, remember, share back 48% of that profit every month with those agents who have helped grow the office. Now for the example here, they've got it as 50-50 because it's just a little bit easier to understand, but it really is more like 48%. So just bear with me on this example. So if it was $100,000 in profit, well, then the owners are going to take their $50,000. They're the ones with all the risk, all the liability. They're the ones who have put money into the business. So of course we want them to be profitable. You know, we're hanging our license with them because we care about our ownership group and because they do a lot for us. Well, yes, we want them to have a profitable business. So they're going to take their $50,000 in profit. In the Keller Williams system, though, they're going to share $50,000 of it with the agents. Okay. So let's do, let me see. I'm going to use Melanie. Melanie, can I use you as an example on this one? Is that okay? I'm going to use Melanie as an example. And because Melanie has her husband, Jason, in their profit share tree together. So Melanie closes $1 million transaction. That's pretty normal around us. And she's on a 70-30 split. So the total commission on the $1 million transaction is $30,000. Melanie's 70% of that is 21,000. And the 30% that goes to the office to pay our bills is 9,000. Okay. So she has just contributed 9,000 of the total company dollar of the 200,000 that we earned. So 9,000 of 200,000 is 4.5%. So 4.5% of that 50,000 that's being shared in profit share is $2,250. That's the way the math breaks down. Now, how that gets distributed is based on what level in the profit share tree your people are. You guys all name somebody, and that person names somebody, and that person names somebody, and that person names somebody. So it actually goes 7 layers deep. The person who you named gets 50% of the 2,250 because they're the most responsible for bringing you to our company. But then, of course, they named somebody who named somebody who named somebody who named somebody. So they did. So for years, they worked out this whole mathematical equation at Keller Williams International. And this is how the 7 layers work. And so based on the percentages that are in those layers, it amounts to the whole $2,250. Does that make sense to everybody? So what is recruiting one capping agent or one agent who's actually producing worth to Keller Williams? Well, it can be worth at least $2,250 in this example. Capping for us is $33,000, as you know, which is usually between 6 and 7 million in our markets. Okay, so that's the way the mathematical formula works, just with using one agent. Growth share. So the gal in the video talked about growth share a bit. Growth share is outside of the United States and Canada. We do have Keller Williams offices in 50 different regions of the world, and they have different legal requirements in those different countries. So we couldn't call it profit share in other countries. We had to call it growth share. It's based on a little bit of a different mathematical formula. And so we separate the two out by calling US and Canada profit share because the owners are sharing profits. Whereas she mentioned in the video, it's growth share in other countries, and it's based on a little bit different formula. So if you do know people in other countries in the world, you can also create growth share by recruiting people or building relationships with people to other countries in the world who would join a Keller Williams office in that area. Now, this is a very cool video that kind of breaks down the importance of why streams of income are really important and why profit share is so amazing at Keller Williams. This is a quick video by Aaron Kaufman. Aaron Kaufman is one of our biggest teachers on profit share in our entire company. He's a character. He has a lot of personality, and he teaches 1 hour, 1.5, 2 hour, all day long classes on this. And he's going to break this down into about 4 minutes with you and explain what's so important about what we're doing in profit share. So I'm going to share this with you next.
Hour class that I teach called the KW.
There we go. Oops.
Well, I've been asked to basically condense a 3-hour class that I teach called the KW Effect into about a 2-3 minute video. So here are my visual aids, and I'm just going to try to quickly go through this, and hopefully you'll get a gist of what it's all about. But the idea at Keller Williams is that Gary Keller built a real estate company around the highest evolution of the real estate industry, which is the interdependent model. There's really only 3 kinds of real estate companies: dependent, independent, and interdependent. So Gary says, you know what, I'm going to create a real estate company that's built around the idea that we're going to treat our agents as partners and as stakeholders. And as a result of treating your agents like partners and stakeholders, they feel a real sense of ownership in your company. And you know, at Keller Williams, we define ownership as having a say in the direction of your office and company, being able to look at the books, having the option to share in the profits, and being a part of a company where everybody's got a vested interest in a common goal. And when your agents feel a sense of ownership in your company, the result is you create a real culture of sharing and caring. And as a result of this real culture of sharing and caring, the result is your agents are more productive. And when your agents are more productive, your office and company is more profitable. And when your office and company is more profitable, guess what? They've got more money to reinvest back into the agents. the better the energy is, the better the culture is, the more signs go up in your marketplace, okay? And as a result of this synergy or this interdependence, the result is your agents simply have a better quality of life. And when your agents have a better quality of life, guess what? They don't leave. There's a reason we've become the #1 real estate company in the world. Did it in only 31 years without spending a dime marketing our company. It's because we're the best place for agents to build quality of life. But an amazing thing happens when you build a real estate company where your agents will never want or need to leave. Instead of spending all of your money marketing your company to the consumers, which is actually competing with your agents for business, well, now you don't spend any money marketing your company. Instead of spending money marketing your company and competing with your agents for business, now you invest all of your money into your agents through training, education, technology, support, profit share. Now you can teach your agents how to brand and market their own business first versus training them to market your company, which actually makes it easier for them to lead. Now you can relinquish the control of the leads to your agents versus competing with them for the business. And as a result of not losing agents and having very low operating expenses, because we're agent-centric, not brand-centric, you can cap your commissions, which results in all your agents being valued the same and treated the same, and having quality control in an industry with very low standards, okay? Now, this is a graph about Robert Kiyosaki's cash flow quadrant. And basically what Robert Kiyosaki says is there's four ways to earn money in this world. As an employee, self-employed, business owner, or investor. 95% of the world is on the left side of this graph. 5% of the world is on the right side of this graph. These 95% of the people, they earn 5% of the wealth. These 5% of the people, they earn 95% of the wealth. This is employee, self-employed, business owner, investor. That's the dependent model. That's the independent model. This is Keller Williams. What we want to do is take independent, business-minded agents, teach them how to be business owners through the concepts of the MREA book. Once they come here, we then teach them through classes like Recruit Select, how to leverage themselves out of their business so that they can invest in real estate, they can invest in market centers, and by the way, profit share is another form of investment. So bottom line is, when you're talking to an agent who's thinking about Keller Williams, what you need to say to them is, what side of the industry do you want to be on? The 95% of the industry that earns 5% of the wealth, or the 5% of the industry that earns 95% of the wealth? And that's it. I'm done. All right.
Mic drop. All right, if you ever get a chance to watch any of Aaron Kaufman's videos or be part of his classes, he's, like I said, he's very dynamic and a really great teacher. And he does a great job of explaining why the wealth building of this and why it's so important. So I love that short video. Okay, so I talked about at the beginning that I was never taught how to do this. And that's the part that I want to focus on now before we end for today is how do you do this? How does this grow for you? So as you joined Keller Williams, you named somebody as your sponsor, right? You guys remember that part of it. Okay. And then your sponsor also has a sponsor. And that's where that starts. So, and that part roots go 7 layers deep. Now we want you to grow a tree. We want people to name you as a sponsor so that you go roots deep and they become part of your tree. So it starts with you. You had your sponsor down here, which is your roots, and now you're growing a tree. So you start building relationships with people who are getting their real estate license or people who are already licensed and with different real estate companies. They have to be outside of the Keller Williams ecosystem, because if they're inside the KW ecosystem, they've already named a sponsor. They're already part of profit share. So it's agents from other companies other than Keller Williams. And you're getting to know people and you're sharing your experience about what you love about your company and what your company has done to help you grow your business and be the professional that you are. So those people get excited about Keller Williams. They come meet with me because that's my job. We talk about their goals. We talk about how we can support them as an office, and they decide to join our office. Then they name you as the reason why they've joined the office. and they become your first level in your tree. Now, as they're here and they're loving their experience and they tell other people about it and people join because of them, they will then become your second level of your tree. Do you guys see how that works? And you will then grow a tree that becomes 7 layers deep or high. And it all starts with those first relationships that you're building. As you get to know people, you can add as many people as you want to your first layer, and then they will add people because they're building relationships. Then these people at the second level will add people to you. We recommend that you strive for a goal of 15 people in your first level. That's where the magic happens. If you can grow your first level to 15, and then those people are loving Keller Williams, they're telling other people about it, people join because of them, you can see how the magic will start to be exponential. In time, it will grow other levels. Just focus on getting to know 15 people and inviting them to be a part of our trainings, inviting them to different activities and events that we have going on so they can feel the experience of our culture firsthand, and then introduce them to me so that I can sit down and talk to them about what their goals are and how we could support them at Keller Williams. So think about 15 people. Think about who you have now and how you want to add to that. Do you have 1, 2, 3? How many people do you have in your first level? And what is it going to take to get it to 15 to start with? Is it too late to build a large tree? No. The Chinese prophet is the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is now. It's absolutely not too late. I know people who have not been with Keller Williams very long who are earning $50,000 a year on profit share, $100,000. They put their kids through college. I know people who are earning $1 million a year alone in profit share. And you might think they must have hundreds of people in their tree. I'm going to read you a story about a family in our Keller Williams ecosystem that has only around 30 people in their first level, and they're earning $1 million a year. I'm going to share that story with you in a few seconds. So picture yourself growing the tree. Who do you already know? What agents do you know out there that you love, that you've done transactions with? You loved them on the other side of the transaction. You think they would love our office. They'd be a great fit. They would grow with our office. Who do you know that you could be reaching out to and building relationships with? And then think about, what would profit share do with your family? Just very simply, is there a bill you'd like to have covered every month with profit share? Do you have a car payment? Is your car payment $500, $800 a month? Would you love profit share to pay your car payment every month? Just simply a bill. Do you have kids that you're getting ready to get them to go to college, and how do you want to pay for that? So just think of different ways that it could help you and your family. And is there somebody else that it could help, that you could help, who might be in need, that you could use your profit share money for? I know Stacy has her profit share money going into her niece's account for college. So there's another way that you can use your profit share money. So how do you build that tree? Well, you build relationships. You relate to other realtors. You're meeting them in your transactions. You're meeting them at classes. You're meeting them at open houses, at networking events, out in the industry. You're relating to them. You're getting to know them. You're hearing about their story. You refer them to me, because that's my job. That's what I get trained to do. And then I learn about their goals and discuss whether we are a good fit for them and how we can help them grow. And who can you relate to? I just mentioned, it can be other agents you're doing deals with. It can be past clients. Do you guys have any ideas of other people that you might be able to relate to? Can be past clients, can be people who are getting ready to get their license. You could have at a really nice restaurant with an incredible waiter or waitress. They're doing a great job waiting on you. You know they get customer service, and you say to them, have you ever thought about getting your real estate license? I think you'd be an amazing realtor. And because you started them on that journey and you stayed in touch with them, they get their real estate license, they reach out to you to join an office, and they join our office. That could be somebody who goes into your profit share tree. So it can be people without a license who are getting their license. takes a little bit longer that way because we've got to grow them into producing agents. The other way that can be quicker is to be getting to know agents from other companies who are already in production, who are looking to grow their business to the next level with a real estate company that really cares about them. Where could you find people to build relationships with? What to say? Okay, so you're in a class at the Association of Realtors, or you're in a networking event with one of our realtor networking groups, and you're sitting next to someone and you start a conversation. Ask them about their business. Maybe they share something, a struggle they're having, and we happen to be having a class on that. You invite them to the class, you're getting to know them, and then you offer to introduce them to me so that I can talk to them about their business. That's just a simple way of building relationships. That's all we're asking you to do. Does that make sense to you guys? Do you have any questions around that? You're a very quiet group today. Okay, share a compliment with them when you're in a real estate transaction with other agents. Compliment them, thank them for how hard they worked in the transaction. Ask them for input on things they think that they might suggest that could help you in your business. People always like to be complimented and ask for input on their expertise. It's a great way to build a relationship, great way for you to reach out to top producing agents that you hold in high regard and compliment them and ask to get to know them better. It's a great way to build a relationship. And then keep the relationship at the forefront of everything you're doing as you're getting to know them. Okay, so we talked about that kind of stuff, looking for opportunities to help. Just continue to build those relationships, and time over task will help build the relationships. Ways that you can come from contribution. You can invite people to a class. You can do business consulting sessions. Insights from your team meeting. Some of our offices, some of the real estate offices out there don't have a team meeting every month. You can share insights. You can talk to them about our different planning tools that we use. You can give them a book. I don't know if you know this, but we have extra books in our office, the office that Stacy and I share. And you can purchase the books from us, and you can give these books as a gift to another agent, as a closing gift or for some other reason. So those are different things that you can do. So ways to meet other people can be new agents. It can be friends from other offices. It can be co-op agents that you've done a transaction with. It can be agents that you've met at open houses, on broker tour, at tour meetings, at association classes or events or networking events. It could be an agent who showed one of your listings that you were really impressed with how professional they were. It could be a great agent that you admire. I mentioned that before. It could be agents who wrote an offer on your listing, but they actually didn't get their offer accepted, but they were very professional and you were really impressed with them. So it can be people like that. It can be agents that you wrote an offer on one of their listings and you didn't get it, but you were impressed with how professional they were. So there's lots of different ways that we meet agents in real estate that we can build relationships with. Do you guys have any other ideas for coming from contribution or ways that you can meet agents? Okay, so then here's an example of a script on how you introduce them to me. I loved doing that transaction with you. You were so professional. Thank you so much. You were awesome. I just told my team leader about you the other day and how great you are. And she will be calling you to thank you for the way you did business with me. Will you promise me you'll take her call? That just opens the door for me to give them a warm call instead of a cold call. And then let them know that I have a gift for them for thanking them for the transaction and I would love to meet with them. So that's a very simple script that you can use when you're closing on a transaction. How does my team leader receive referrals? So just to clarify again, I started at the beginning, you're not recruiting. All I'm asking you to do is refer people to me, build relationships and refer people to me so that I can meet them and learn more about their business and see if we would be a good fit together. That's my job. And even then, if you get an objection, if people are like, are you trying to recruit me to your company? You can say, I don't intend to recruit you. I hope you're not disappointed. My team leader and I just want to thank you for ... the transaction we were in, how professional you were. You don't have, you don't have to get all caught up in this recruiting thing. We just want to thank you, and we'd like to spend some time meeting with you about that. What not to say: never say anything negative about another person's company. We don't want to do that. We want to come from positivity. We want to come from abundance. Never say anything negative about their broker or anything negative about what you think they might be experiencing. If they're really happy with their company, great. I'm so glad you're happy. I would rather you be happy than unhappy. I still think you did a great job, and I've told my team leader about you, and she would just love to reach out and thank you for being such a great real estate professional in our industry. So it's just a script like that, showing how much you care about how professional they were, and try not to ever say anything negative. And what does the follow-up look like? Remember, the fortune's in the follow-up in this business, right? It's not just a one-time thing. It's that way with your clients, and it's that way with other real estate agents. So the follow-up is connecting with them on social media, calling them, inviting them to one of our classes. When you contacted the agent and first talked about them, when will you follow up with them next? Put them on a plan. Maybe you're contacting them quarterly. You might see when they close a transaction on social media and you're reaching out to congratulate them. So there's lots of ways that you can stay in touch and build those relationships. Invite them to our classes and invite them to our events so they get a feel for the energy in our company. Do you guys have any questions about that? Okay, so that's basically the plan for how profit share works, how it's completely passive. It's never your money. It's never your portion of the split. By the way, when you get to 100% commissions, you're not a part of profit share anymore. The entire 100% is going to you. So none of it is going to the office to be shared in our profit sharing. So it's only when you're on the split. So that's that part about how profit share works. And then the part about building relationships so that you can attract people to our office. So some things to think about as we end. How would passive income, what would that do for you and your family? How does that impact your family? How many people do you want to put in your first level? If you build it wide, it will naturally go deep. Focus on the magic number of 15. What activities will you engage in regularly to meet other people? What activities would you engage in today, and how will you stay on track? How will you track that? I want to end by reading this. Let me go ahead and stop sharing. I'm just going to look at you guys for a sec. I want to end by reading this story. This is a true profit share story that is by Press McKissick. His name is Press. I think it's Preston or something. They call him Press. And he put this on Facebook a couple of years ago, and I grabbed it from Facebook because I thought it was really important. So his parents, Jim and Linda McKissick, are real estate agents with our company. And Press is also an agent with us now. So here's what Press put on Facebook. In the early 90s, Jim and Linda McKissick were $600,000 in debt. They got into real estate and began a journey towards financial freedom. They left 52 listings behind to join the second worst brokerage in town at the time known as Keller it was Keller Williams, but not very many people knew them, because they believed the agent was the brand and taught agents to be business people. From that point, Jim and Linda said yes to every opportunity this life-changing company provided and shared the message of Keller Williams and how it changes lives with others along the way. Fast forward to last night, as I checked their profit share. Together they earned $193,000 in profit share for the month of May. You would have had to have $57,900,000 in the bank at 4% interest to earn that amount in 1 month. I want to share a few of my thoughts with you. Profit share is real and it's sustainable. Profit share is a proven get rich over time plan, not a get rich quick scheme. Linda and Jim have only sponsored 33 people combined in their first line. It doesn't take thousands on your first level. Time will help you grow levels 2 through 7. Just focus on level 1. Linda built her profit share by giving and making everything about helping others, not about Keller Williams. The reason our market centers focus on growth, adding agents to our offices, is because that increases our profit and our profit share. It funds our tech, excuse me, and it changes people's lives. You should be actively involved in helping grow your market center. Your team leader is your own personal wealth builder. Think about that. If you want to know where to start by teaching in your market center. Teach the things you need to work on yourself. Give every non-KW agent you meet a gift. Every non-KW agent you meet a gift. A book, a note, a class invite, and be genuinely interested in learning about them and their business. If you do this, you will build relationships and influence others to join this amazing company. Finally, finally, go be on the ALC in your market center and be engaged in learning how to build your business bigger to earn more validity and more credibility. This company changed my family's financial future forever, and I'm committed to sharing this company and message for the rest of my career. I pray the same for all of you. This company and profit share are a gift, and the grass is greener under your feet, so go take advantage of it. So that's how I'll end. That's a great story from Press McKissick. His parents do earn $1 million a year in profit share, which is pretty amazing. And they start with one relationship at a time. So thank you for the clapping, Melanie. You're the last one with me. Do you have any questions for me? Do you have any questions? You good? Okay. Well, thank you for being with me today. If you ever have any questions in the future about it, just feel free to reach out. You know I'm always here for you. And I hope you have a good rest of your day. Go build some relationships. Thank you. Bye-bye.